Hello. So today we will talk about prepositions. Prepositions. Ito yung words na naglilink sa noun to a verb, or noun to another noun, or noun to adjective. We usually use this to show direction, time, place, location, and to introduce an object. Some examples of prepositions are words like in, at, on, off, and to. So now let us head to the examples. When did you arrive in London? So ano yung pinag-uusapan dito? Yung pagdating mo sa lugar. So ano naman yung preposition na gamit? Ito ay in. Right, so next one. My exam is on Monday. Ano yung pinag-uusapan dito? Yung exam daw sa Monday. Right, so ano naman yung preposition na ginamit? On. So prepositions have no particular form. The majority of prepositions are single words, but some are two or three word phrases. So here are the examples of one word prepositions. Before, into, on, and yung mga minention ko nung introduction. Next, complex prepositions. Ito naman yung according to, but for, and in spite of. Now let us know the list of the prepositions and how to use them. First, the prepositions for time. We use the preposition in if gusto natin pag-usapan ang period or range ng time. For example, in the 1900s, the world experienced global hunger. So yung pinag-uusapan natin na year ay hindi specific. Di tayo sure kung saan sa 1900s, which is 100 years. Basta ang alam natin, nasa loob siya ng range na yon. Remember, pag indefinite, pag di sure, at nasa loob ng range, we use the preposition in. So here is how it is used. For centuries, which is 100 years, we use the preposition in the 1900s, in the 1800s. Next, for decades, in the 90s, in the 80s. Remember na yung decades, 10 years yan ha? Next, years, in 2000, in 1999. Next, months, 12 months yung meron sa isang taon. Ito yung in June, in July, in December. Next, counting weeks or days. In 5 weeks, in 4 days. Next, seasons. In spring, in winter. Next, after a certain period of time, in 24 days, in 10 days. Next, part of the day, in the morning, in the afternoon. Now we have the preposition on. We use this preposition kapag alam mo yung isang araw. Specific siya sa kalendaryo. Example, on Independence Day. Specific siya kasi holiday. Kailan ang, kailan ang Independence Day sa Pilipinas? June 12, right? So every June 12, nagsa-celebrate yung bansa. Now, meron akong test. Tingnan mo kung ano yung tama dito. On December or in December? In December. Right. Kasi walang specific day na minention. Remember, yung December meron niyang 31 days sa kalendaryo. So, starting from day 1 to day 31. Walang minention na day, so we should use the preposition in. Next one. On Christmas Day. Anong preposition ang dapat gamitin? In or on? On. Tama. Kasi we all celebrate Christmas every December 25. So now, here is how we use the preposition on. For time, on the weekend. Next, days of the week, on Monday, on Tuesday. Next, dates, specific dates, on April 3rd, on December 12th. Next, we have the preposition at. We use this in the specific or exact part of the day. Example, meet me at 9 p.m. at 8 a.m. So exclusive siya for hours. 8 a.m., 9 p.m., 7 p.m. Next, night, at night. Specific time of the day. At sunrise. Remember, yung sunrise is a specific time in the morning. Now the preposition by. We use this to say not later than the prescribed time or date. Pwedeng mas maaga, pero hindi pwedeng late. Like, we must leave by 12 a.m. Ibig sabihin, pwedeng earlier than 12 a.m. pero hanggang 12 a.m. lang. Dahil pag pumatak ka na ng 12 a.m. ay aalis na. Pag sinabi namang at 12 a.m., eksaktong-eksakto, not earlier or later. Example, our plane will fly at 3 a.m. So we should be in the airport by 12 a.m. Now the preposition until. This tells kung hanggang saan yung oras. Like the store is open until 12 a.m. The store is open until 7 a.m. Next is the preposition from to. It is used to emphasize the beginning until the exact end, like from 6 to 7 p.m., from 1999 to 2000. Another one is the preposition before. It is to tell earlier to this point, like before this mansion, I lived in a hut. Another one, the preposition to. It indicates time, like it's quarter to 7, quarter to 8. Now the preposition since. It is used to tell that from then to now, like I sing since high school. I teach since the 90s. Now the preposition for. We use this to tell that over this period of time, like we were colonized for 300 years. Now let us talk about the prepositions for location. The preposition in is used for a location to tell someone or something na located sa loob ng lugar pero hindi specific na address yung sinasabi. Like, I used to live in Marikina. Another one. Oh, the rice terraces? It's in Banawe. So let us see here in our table what are the other use of the preposition in. For countries, in the Philippines, in Korea, in Japan. Next, state or group of city, in Metro Manila, in NCR, in Region 8, in Visayas, in Mindanao. Next, city or town, in Quezon City, in Dulag. Dulag is a town in Leyte. Another one, inside an enclosed area with a roof. Remember, enclosed area. Sarado siya, meron siyang pinto. Basta close siya, close, with a roof. Inside my house, in my house, in the store. Now, the preposition on. It is used naman when we talk about streets. You see, it makes sense kasi tinutukoy mo yung nakalocate mismo sa ibabaw ng street. Like, Dana called me that she was on Yen Street, but now she said that she's on Dollar Street. Now the preposition at. It is used to tell a specific address and to inform that you are or you were around that place. Like, Gina lives at Block 13, Lot 17, Yen Street. Kung wala yung Block 13, Lot 17, tapos yung Yen Street lang ang present, pwede mong gamitin yung preposition na on. Like, Gina lives on Yen Street. Sa general vicinity naman, pinapakita na you are around or nasa labas ka ng isang establishment. Example, I'm at the store. It tells na nandun ka sa labas tapos nasa area ka lang around ng store. Pag sinabi namang I'm in the store, it tells na nasa loob ka lang ng store. Now, the preposition by. We use this to tell that you are, a place, or a thing is just beside something. Remember, it is used to tell that you are, a place, or a thing is just beside something. Like, the house is beside the mall. The cat is beside the dog. Now let us talk about the prepositions for place. We use the preposition in to indicate that something or someone is inside an enclosed area. May wall or may harang na nakapalibot para makontain kung ano ang nasa loob. Example, water in the mug. Next, she is in the house. The preposition on naman is used to tell pag may nakapatong or attached, nakadikit sa ibabaw. Like, shoes on the rack, sticker on the wall, pin on my shirt. Now the preposition at naman. It is used to tell an event, exact position, or a place where you regularly do things. Event, example, at the party. Di naman pwedeng sabihin na in kasi wala ka sa loob ng party. Di rin naman pwede sabihin na on kasi hindi ka naman nasa ibabaw. Another one, exact position, like at the porch, at the door, at the window. Next is where you do regular things. It is to inform na nandyan ka sa lugar sa lagi mong ginagawaan ng trabaho. Like, at the office, you are telling na nagtatrabaho ka. At the school, you are telling na nag-aaral ka. Now, the preposition by naman. It is used to indicate na you moved past something. Dumaan ka. Dinaanan mo. Like, I walked by the stall on my way to school. Another one, the preposition over. The preposition over as well is a form of movement to pass above something, like jump over the chair, jump over the bed. Now, the preposition against. It indicates a physical contact, like leaning against the wall. Now, the preposition under or beneath. It indicates that the subject is under something, like under the table, under the chair, under the bed. Now, the preposition towards. It means that something is moving closer, like she is moving towards me. The vehicle is moving towards the store. So, yung preposition away naman, it indicates to distance. Kung yung towards to move closer, yung away to distance. Like, move away from me or move away from the vehicle. Now, we are down to our last preposition, the preposition for transportation. The preposition in follows this order. Preposition plus article, usually the yung ginagamit na article ha, plus vehicle. Example, in the tricycle. So yung preposition na ginamit ay in. Tapos yung article ay the. Yung vehicle naman ay tricycle. So, need mong i-consider din kung ano yung klase ng vehicle. Dapat yung vehicle ay may roof, enclosed area or pader. Tapos dapat built yung vehicle na hindi ka makakatayo at makakalakad. Remember na di pwedeng may kulang. Dapat yung tatlong to ay present. One example here is the car. Now, the preposition on naman. Dapat i-follow yung order na preposition plus article plus vehicle rin. Like, on the boat. Halos parehas lang sila ng preposition in, pero dito sila nagkakatalo. Dapat no roof yung sasakyan or yung passengers can walk and stand. Ano yung examples neto? On the bicycle. Kasi nakatungtong ka sa bicycle. Di ba wala ring bubong yung bicycle? So, on yung preposition. Next, on the bus. And close naman yung bus. Tapos may bubong. Pero, passengers can walk and stand inside. Same goes sa plane. On the plane. Next, on the kayak. Kasi walang bubong yan, di ba? Nakatayo ka lang. So, on yung gagamitin mo na preposition. The preposition by. It is used naman by using this order. Preposition plus form of transportation. Example, I'll be traveling by land or by air or by sea. Next, pwede rin to. Preposition plus vehicle. To go home by boat. Dito naman, kapag wala na yung article na the, parehas sa on, pati sa in, di ba may article yung in, pati yung on, ito yung the. Yung by naman, wala siyang article. So, preposition plus vehicle agad. Like, I'll go home by car. I'll travel by plane. Wow, so that is all for today. I'm glad that you were able to keep up with me. Thank you for listening, and I hope I'll get to see you again to our next lesson. Bye bye.